Welcome back, book lovers and knowledge seekers. In our last video, we delved into the first 14 chapters of the insightful book, Atomic Habits. We journeyed together through the labyrinth of habit formation, discovering how tiny changes can lead to remarkable results. We began by understanding the importance of making invisible habits visible. We learned how our environment plays a significant role in shaping our behavior, making it crucial to design an environment that supports good habits. We then ventured into the concept of habit stacking, a novel approach that involves pairing a new habit with an existing one. Our exploration continued as we delved into the second law of habit formation: make it attractive. We discovered how our brains are wired to predict rewards, making the prospect of a reward an essential part of building a new habit. We also learned about temptation bundling, an effective strategy that involves pairing an action you want to do with an action you need to do. Moving on, we discussed the third law: make it easy. We realized that the easier a habit is, the more likely it is to be performed. We learned about the 2-minute rule, a simple yet powerful technique that can help us start a new habit by reducing it to a task that takes 2 minutes or less to complete. Throughout our journey, we kept touching upon the cornerstone of habit formation: repetition. We understood that the more we repeat a habit, the more automatic it becomes, leading to a phenomenon known as habituation. These enlightening insights from the first 14 chapters laid a strong foundation for the fourth and final law of habit formation: make it satisfying. As we unpack this law in our upcoming videos, we'll discover how the immediate satisfaction derived from a habit can reinforce it, making it more likely to stick in the long run. Now buckle up as we dive into the next 3 chapters, all falling under the fourth law: make it satisfying. Chapter 15, titled The Cardinal Rule of Behavior Change, emphasizes the importance of immediate satisfaction in habit formation. In this chapter, James Clear, the author, takes us through an essential aspect of habit formation: the role of immediate satisfaction. You see, our brains are hardwired to prioritize immediate rewards over delayed gratification. This cardinal rule, as Clear calls it, is the underpinning principle of his fourth law of behavior change: make it satisfying. Delving deeper, Clear introduces us to the concept of positive emotions and their significance in reinforcing habits. He suggests that when we associate a habit with positive emotions, we are more likely to repeat it. For instance, if you enjoy a good book and find satisfaction in reading, you're more likely to make reading a regular habit. It's not just the act of reading that satisfies you, but the joy and satisfaction derived from it. But what happens when the habit we're trying to form doesn't inherently bring immediate satisfaction? Clear suggests we hack our habits by attaching instant rewards to them. Let's say you're trying to establish a habit of daily exercise but find it strenuous and unenjoyable. To make it satisfying, you might treat yourself to a delicious smoothie post-workout. This way, your brain begins to associate exercise with the immediate reward of a tasty treat, making the habit more likely to stick. Clear also introduces us to the concept of a habit contract, a simple tool for keeping ourselves accountable. A habit contract is a written agreement where you outline the habits you want to form and the consequences for not following through. By putting it in writing, and perhaps even involving a second party, you're creating a system of accountability that can significantly boost your chances of sticking to your new habits. Now you might think, but isn't the idea of a habit contract a bit extreme? Not at all. In fact, it's a powerful technique used by successful people around the world to ensure consistency and commitment to their habits. As we can see, the secret to habit change isn't just repetition, but satisfaction. Now let's move on to Chapter 16. Chapter 16, How to Stick with Good Habits Every Day, takes us a step further into the world of habit maintenance. In this chapter, we delve into some practical and effective strategies that can aid in sticking to good habits every day. One such strategy is habit stacking. This is a method where you take a habit you already do consistently, and then add your new habit to it. For instance, if you already have a habit of reading a book every night before bed, you can stack a new habit onto it, such as drinking a glass of water. This way, every time you pick up your book to read, you're reminded to drink water too. It's a fantastic way to make your new habit satisfying, as it's piggybacking on an existing habit that you already enjoy. Another technique is using implementation intentions. This is a strategy where you specify when and where you'll do your new habit. For example, you might say, I will exercise for 30 minutes at 6 in the morning in the living room. By being clear about when and where the habit will take place, It removes the ambiguity that can often lead to procrastination. What's interesting about these strategies is that they're designed to make your habits satisfying to stick to. Habit stacking is satisfying because it pairs a new habit with one that you already enjoy. Implementation intentions are satisfying because they remove the stress of deciding when and where to do something. It's crucial to note that these strategies aren't just about making habits easier to do. They're about making them more satisfying to stick to. And that's the key. Because the more satisfying a habit is, the more likely you are to stick with it. Now, you might be wondering, what if I miss a day? Well, it's important to remember that missing one day is not a big deal. It's when you miss 2 or more days that you risk losing the habit. To prevent this, you can use the never miss twice rule. If you miss one day, make sure you get back on track the next day. Remember, consistency is key in habit formation, and these strategies help maintain that consistency. Now on to our final chapter for today. In Chapter 17, How an Accountability Partner Can Change Everything, we explore another tool to make habit formation satisfying. Imagine you're climbing a mountain. It's a tough journey, filled with obstacles and challenges. Now, imagine you're not alone on this journey. There's someone by your side, cheering you on, holding you accountable, and sharing in your victories. That's the role of an accountability partner in the journey of habit formation. An accountability partner is like a co-pilot, navigating the terrain of change with you. They're there to keep you on track, to remind you of your goals and why they're important. But more than that, they're there to celebrate your successes, to share in the satisfaction of conquering a challenge, and to make the process of habit formation more rewarding. You see, we are social creatures. We thrive on connection, on shared experiences. And so, when we share our habit formation journey with someone else, we tap into this social satisfaction. It becomes not just about achieving a personal goal, but about sharing that achievement with someone else. It's about the camaraderie, the shared effort, and the mutual satisfaction. This social satisfaction can reinforce our habits. It makes them more enjoyable, more rewarding. It's one thing to mark off a day on your habit tracker, but it's another thing entirely to share that success with someone else. To say, I did it, and you were there with me. But remember, an accountability partner isn't just about the good times. They're also there for the tough times. When you stumble, when you falter, they're there to remind you of why you started, of why it's worth it to keep going. They're there to hold you accountable, to keep you honest. And so the role of an accountability partner goes beyond mere monitoring. It's about sharing in the journey, in the challenges, and in the victories. It's about making habit formation a shared, satisfying experience. So, having someone to share your progress with can make the journey of habit formation much more satisfying and successful. And that wraps up our discussion on chapters 15, 16, and 17 from Atomic Habits. We delved into the 4th law of habit building, making it satisfying. We learned that the cardinal rule of behavior change is to ensure instant gratification from our new habits, making our brain's reward system work in our favor. We also discovered the power of consistency in sticking with good habits every day, and how creating a habit tracker can facilitate this process. Lastly, we explored the transformative potential of an accountability partner in our habit-building journey, turning the solitary endeavor into a supportive and collaborative experience. Remember, the key is to make the practice enjoyable. The more enjoyable the process, the more likely you are to stick to it. If you found this video enlightening, do us a favor. Like it, share it, and subscribe to our channel for more insightful book discussions. Until next time, keep reading and expanding your horizons.